Okay, hi everybody, welcome back to the channel for the next of my FPV series. Next build I should say, and it's a SonicModell binary. As you can see, put a few shots up on the screen here so people can see what it's about. A twin motored 1200mm platform that I'm going to build for hopefully throwing the car through in the air type of model. So guys are building them in different guises and painting them different ways, but mine's going to be pretty stock as SonicModell had intended it to be. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So the left wing underneath populated the wing with the homebrew lighting system that I built and the servo. I've held off doing flaps at the moment. I want to see how this thing flies in the air first, and then if I think we need flaps we can always add them in. Now the motor mounted into the pod, 2216 1400 kV 3S. This model will be getting not 4S. 3D printed ESC covers and all the terminations to go into the fuselage. And the underside of the left wing with the engine cowl and the motor cowl fitted. I've taped the underside black just for identification purposes from the ground. The centre of gravity mark there. And the other side of the wing is pretty much as SonicModell had intended. No fancy paint jobs, leading edges covered, landing light and navigation light. And that's the left wing just about complete. Underside of the right wing, pretty much the same. Both wings once again. The underside marked black tape for identification from the ground. 12 gram metal gauge servos, center gravity marked. I took the ESCs, I always like to do, cut off the heat shrink, and I also applied a little bit extra heatsink on there with some fins on, so that when the cover goes over there, got a nice flow of air through under the wing. As you can see, no motor or anything in that yet. And the completed underside of the right wing, the 3D printed air cooler has been fitted over the ESC and the heatsink. The engine cowl, motor cowl has been installed, CG's been marked. Underside tape black, same both wings, just for ID purposes. And the top of the wing, once again nothing fancy, just as SonicModell had designed it, no fancy paintwork. Completed right wing. So both things completed, and I read a little bit about some people suffering tip stalls with this airframe. Some people not, some people do. It's quite a narrow wing chord, so I decided to install some Vortex Generators from the get-go. You can see on the leading edge there of both wings, just in order to see if it's going to help the situation. Thought I'd start out with them, and we'll see what happens when we'll get a thing in the air. Now I've got the electronics working on the board. It was time to make a start and transfer everything into the fuselage. So this is where I've got to so far. Tail feathers are on. UHF dipole there. And a tail. Servos are in. Cover plates installed. That's my here GPS unit. And then we'll get to the inside. It's starting to get a little bit messy, but there's still a few bits and pieces to go into here, but not a lot. I got rid of the magnets that hold the canopy on here and here and replaced them with clips. I found that they were interfering with the magnetometer in the here GPS, so I had a feeling they might do that, so I've removed them. Anyway, you can see the Matek F405 Wing is installed in there. Also in there at the moment is the Wi-Fi unit and the buzzer, the two motor connectors off of the Matek, and a couple of switches I put on there because I like to switch the Wi-Fi unit off when I'm not using it excuse me, in the air. And also another switch for switching off an LED. I made my own. It's a custom made LED set for this model, and I can switch those LEDs on and off on a switch. I could have put an air unit in and done it that way. I've got plenty spare capacity on the transmitter, but to be honest, they probably never get used. It's just they had put the cutouts in the wings for the and the tail for the LED, so I just populated those with my own home built system. So, and off to the front, another catch on the top, my homemade catch I like, and obviously the battery bay. I did assemble a thing yesterday temporarily, wings on and everything, and put the batteries in, and it's bouncing fine with 10 amps of battery or 5 amps of battery, so quite pleased about that. Okay, so I've flipped the model over now. The receiver I've installed in the belly. This is the port they put into the belly of this airframe for camera to look straight down for mapping. As I'm not going to be doing that, I decided to use that spot to accommodate my open LRS UHF receiver. Sits in there nicely. I just made a little bracket, and it's the receiver itself's in a 3D printed case, and it's just screwed in there. Works out nice. Minimal connections to it, of course. Positive and negative. RSSI, the white lead you see coming out of the bottom, and S-bus connection, which is there, the white one on its own, and next to that a filter on the 3.3 volt line. That's the antenna with my usual band pass filter that I tend to run on these orange receivers, which are quite sensitive but not very selective, so it just attenuates out of band signals. So I'll fit it in there nicely, nice little spot for that, and of course the wires and cables straight through to the Matek F405 on the top of the fuselage. The RSD from the Matek boards worked out very well. I just had to put the lens cap on there just so I could see it a bit better. And that Cadex Ratel is that's sensitive. It even hasn't blocked out the totally all the sunlight. But anyway, it gives you an idea. You can see the RSD there. It's working very nice, and very pleased with that too. So next I added the wings, and it's starting to look more like a plane now. Some wings on the thing. But it's starting to get a little bit busy inside the top canopy here. Thank goodness there's nothing else really needs to go under there. It really is getting a little bit busy in there. So, but everything's working, or appears to be working, the way it should be at the moment. So I'm happy with that right now. So completed binary. I've got it set up here on my CG stand. It's just a workbench with a couple of dowels plugged into the CG points, and I've got a single 5 amp battery in there, and it's balancing just nice. A little bit nose heavy, which is the way I like my planes. Slightly nose down for a maiden flight. So it's something good. Balancing really nice. All good to go. Canopy's on. Fitted a wind deflector into the canopy just behind the camera, as I didn't like that step there. It was kind of a brick wall, so I just took a Coke bottle and fashioned that to give it a bit of a ski slope effect in behind the camera there, so the wind flies over the top of the fuselage a little bit. So yeah, very happy. All worked out fine. GPS is locked on, ready to go. Everything's working. I can just ailerons. Oh, elevator, sorry. Ailerons. And ruler. Camera, which is now being changed for a, was originally designed that mount for a Firefly Q6, but as I got the wife bought me the Runcam 5 for Christmas, so that's the camera I'm using on the model. Alongside the Runcam 5 is the Cadex Ratel. Oh, focus. A bit too far, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Which is the OSD feed camera. There, camera not focused for some reason. And tilt for the camera. It gives me a good all-round view, which is pleasing. Metal Gear servos all around, Corona 939 MGs, all metal clevises on the servo links, and threaded push rods, as you can see there. I like those metal clevises, so I use those all around. So yeah, all in all, looking pretty good, looking reasonable, quite pleased. Yeah, I'm on lightning system installed, not quite as bright as the one from SonicModell, but I had the LEDs, so as the cutouts were on the airframe for them, I just thought I'd populate them anywhere. I've got them on a switch, they're switchable on and off, flashing up on the tail, flashing white. Green, obviously. Red, and landing lights. So they're on a switch under the canopy. So there we go. All in all, quite pleased. Just need some decent weather here, as we've not had any for a long time, and it looks like we're not going to get any for a while. And we'll get this thing a maiden flight, and we'll record that and post that too. Thanks for watching, everybody. Drop by for the next video, which will hopefully be the maiden flight video. for this aircraft. See you later.